Hey there. I'm Mindy Totten, the creator of the Bodywork Project and a business coach and mentor for massage and bodywork therapists. Over the past, year or so, my husband and I and our wonderful red-bone coonhound, George, the Wonder Dog, we've been traveling all over the U.S., down into Mexico, and I've had this amazing opportunity to be able to sort of be a secret shopper and go, those mystery shoppers that they go to the store or the restaurant. You don't know that they're checking things out. I've been sort of that mystery secret shopper for massage and bodywork sessions. So all over the country, I've been stopping and making appointments and getting bodywork and just learning how people run their businesses and getting a lot of great body work, of course. And I've learned some really interesting things that I want to share with you today. Before we jump into all of that with things that I learned, I want to go over a quick review, a quick reminder of the framework that I've created that will help you to create your own solid business foundation for your own massage or bodywork practice. There's really two parts of this framework. The first is what I call being a pro, and the second is what I call being a CEO. So being a pro and a CEO, and you have to do both of them at the same time. So the first piece is called being a pro, and there's actually two different parts of this. The first is working toward mastery. Right? You need to continue to improve your own skills, your hands-on skills. You need to get continuing education, of course. You need to, of course, continue to learn your anatomy. All those types of things go into mastery. And most of us really love mastery, right? Like we love taking the classes. We love learning the information for our modality. The second part of being a pro is what I call creating a safe container for your business. Now, most of us know what this is about when we're talking about creating a safe container therapeutically in our practices. We want everything to be clear, boundaries to be clear, so that our clients can get the most out of our healing modality that they can, and they can do that when there's a safe container therapeutically. In the same way, you need to create a safe container for the business side of things as well. And I'm going to dive into a little bit more of that and what I learned on my trip about building a safe container in just a second. But in general, that's things like creating and honoring strong, healthy boundaries. That's things like having integrity, doing what you say you're going to do. If you say you're going to start on time and end 55 minutes later, is that what you do? If you say that you don't accept tips, is that what you do? All of these things go into creating a safe container for the business side of things so that people feel safe with you right from the beginning before they even enter your treatment room. So those are the first two pieces of being a pro. And then being a CEO talks more about the business. You need to learn to reflect, to build, and to sustain. So the reflection is getting clarity on how you want your business to look. The building phase of it is actually doing the thing, the marketing, the networking, all of it, building your business. And then sustain is about creating something that's sustainable so that you don't burn out. So you have both pieces there, being a pro and being a CEO. And when I talk to body workers all over the country and now into Mexico and the world, the piece that they're most confused about, that I get the most questions about, is this whole idea of creating a safe container. So that's what we're going to talk about a little more today. How is it that we create this safe container for our businesses? What exactly do I mean by that? Well, I'm going to give you 4 examples today from my travels to tell you exactly what I mean, so that you can learn from the examples that I'm sharing with you, and you can learn from the mistakes that other body workers are making and make sure that you do your best to create a safe container for your clients. So, number 1, the first thing that you can do to create the safe container is to have a genuine connection with your clients. Now, that seems completely obvious, doesn't it? Of course I'm going to connect with my clients. Mindy, they're coming in. Of course I'm going to connect. I cannot even begin to tell you how many people don't make this connection. So it starts off, let's say I'm going into a new town, right? I get online, I look for, I say I want a good massage, right? And I look for massage therapists in town. I go to a couple websites, I see someone I think I resonate with, and I'm like, cool, I'm going to make this appointment. Usually they send me directly to a scheduler, an online scheduler. Okay, I have thoughts about that, but okay, right? I understand that it is much easier for people. It's much quicker. Okay, so I'm sent to this online scheduler. I schedule the appointment, and then undoubtedly what happens is I start getting texts and emails. Your appointment with Sally Jane is confirmed for this date. If you cannot make it on that date, you have to give us 24 hours or your credit card will be charged. Don't forget your appointment with Sally Jane. You must pay full. It's like, dude, like, okay, I just signed up for an appointment. Stop bombarding me with these automated texts and emails, right? If you feel like you really need an online scheduler to help with your appointments, great, that's fine. Here's the tip for you. Go in to the templates, to the back end of your scheduler, and make those follow-up messages as personalized as possible. And even better, send your own email or text. Something really easy. Something like, hey, Mindy, I see that you just signed up for an appointment on Saturday. I can't wait to meet you and find out more about you. The intake form is here in case you didn't see it before. I really look forward to meeting you then. That's all it takes to make a genuine connection with someone. During my travels and my experience was 90% of the time it was the opposite. Not only no genuine connection, but sometimes people didn't even use my name. Okay, so there's a tip. Use the person's name, right? So I would come in, I'd be like, hi, I'm Mindy. They'd be like, oh, hi. What's going on? I'd be like, oh, I have tight shoulders. Okay, come on in. Work, work, work. Okay, thanks, bye. I'm like, you could say my name. I mean, my name. It's right there on the intake form, all right? So however you are going to do it, make a true and genuine connection with your clients. That's the very first way that you can create this feeling of safety, this safe container for your business. The next thing that you can do is not to give too many options. This is a big mistake that body workers make. And, I know where it comes from because it comes from a place of, I do 17 different modalities and I love every single one of them, and I'm going to offer every single one of them because what if the one time that I don't offer Thai massage, that's what the person wants, right? So I invite you to think about this because this is how it was for me. Back in the day when I first started off, I was offering everything under the sun, everything I'd ever taken like one class in, that was on my menu of services, right? Can you relate? And what I realize now, what I recognize now, looking back on it, is that those offerings, that came from a place of fear. That came from a place of, if I don't offer enough things on my menu of services, no one's going to come. I'm not going to be able to make enough money. When really what I genuinely wanted to do in my heart was craniosacral therapy. But I was like, oh, I'll never be able to make a living doing that. So I have to offer hot stone and Thai and aromatherapy, all these other things. And there's a couple of problems with that. First of all, the main thing is when people see too many choices like that, they don't know what to do. And if they don't know what to do, they're just going to click away, right? I've seen it. Like as I said, I'm traveling. I go to someone's website. It says services. I go to the services tab and there's like 8 different pull down menus, right? It's like orthopedic massage, sports massage, deep tissue massage, therapeutic massage, Swedish massage. I mean, I know what those things are. And still I'm like, well, I don't know. Let's see. What do I really feel like, right? Imagine somebody who doesn't know what those are. And they're just like, I don't know. So they sort of pick therapeutic massage. And then another pull down menu comes up and it's like, would you like an add-on? Would you like this or that? And it's like, I just want my neck to feel better, right? So you need your offerings to be as simple and straightforward as possible to create that sense of safety for clients and potential clients. So what I recommend is 3. So try to come up with 3 different choices. Now, if you say, Mindy, there's no way I can narrow it down to 3. Okay, I do 17 modalities and I love every one of them. Then I'll say, that's fine. That's great. How about narrowing it down so that you have a 30-minute session, a 60-minute session, and a 90-minute session? That's 3 different choices. And in those sessions, you can do all those different modalities if you want to, right? You just say, I will tailor the session to be exactly what you need using all of these different modalities, right? But you give them 3 choices. It's not 17 different choices. So think carefully about giving people too many choices. Remember also that you want to honor your clients. This is really important with creating a safe container. You want to let people know that you have heard them, right? So if somebody comes in and says, gosh, my neck is killing me. I really need you to help me with my neck. I can barely move my head, blah, blah, blah. If you know, because you are a skilled practitioner, if you know once you start getting in there that it's not really their neck that's causing the issue, it's further down, it's their traps. If you just start on their shoulders and don't address their neck at all, they don't feel seen. They don't think that you have heard what they said. And I'll give you an example of this. When I was on one of my secret shopping sessions, one of those appointments, I went in, and when I met the person, and she said, would you like a hot stone massage? And I was like, no, thank you. Just the therapeutic, my neck, whatever it is. So we got into the session, she did her work, and it was a fine massage. It was fine. It wasn't, it was fine. At the very end, though, she took out hot stones and did a couple swipes on my back. And I was like, what the hell? Like, not only are you not hearing me, like you asked and I said no, so not only are you not hearing me, you're not respecting or honoring what I asked you to do. So just because you think it might be something a little extra or a little great, and you're coming from, a place of hopefully, a big heart and not just wanting a tip or something, it doesn't translate as being a safe place for your clients because you're not hearing them and you're not respecting their request of you. Okay. Next thing is you need to be really, really clear about your pricing, right? I've got a great story for you on this one. So you need to let people know how much it's going to be, whether you take credit cards or not, whether you take tips or not, what your preferred form of payment is. Make it as clear and concise and simple as possible. So I was in, I think it was South Carolina at this point, and I made an appointment and I was like, okay, this looks good. I think that, she and I will resonate and it'll be a great appointment. It was $100, right? First session is $100. Great. I go to make the appointment, and this little pop-up comes up that says, hey, since it's your first time with me, the appointment is only $80. And I was like, what? Like, I am ready to give you $100. That's what you said it cost. Why is this pop-up all of a sudden telling me it's $80? I didn't feel like, oh, hooray, I saved $20. No, I was like, frankly, this is how I was. I was like, this person doesn't know what she's doing. Like, this is, what the heck? Like, how much is it? Is it 80 or is it 100? And here's the kicker. Because of all of this uncertainty, like how much is it? What is this gal doing? I didn't make the appointment. Because somewhere in my mind, in my heart, I was like, I don't trust this person, right? I don't trust that she knows what she's doing. So I went back online, I found somebody else, and I went there instead. So be very, very crystal clear about your pricing. Put it on your website, put it in your marketing materials, let people know what you're charging, let them know whether you or not you accept tips, what forms of payment do you accept. Be very, very clear on that. And that's really a big part of creating a safe container for your practice as well. Okay, last thing I'm going to leave you with is have integrity. And integrity is all about what I was just talking about, doing what you say you're going to do. Now, I went into one town and I found a wellness center that looked like it was really cool. It had a lot of practitioners. I called up the director of the wellness center, told him I was in town, and I said, here's what I'm looking for, A, B, and C. Which of your practitioners do you think would be the best fit for what I need today? And the person said, oh, well, first of all, they started with this, and I know you hear it all the time. So if any of you are spa directors or anything like that, oh, this drives me crazy. Every single one of our practitioners is wonderful. And I'm like, I'm sure they are. Not my question. My question is, which of your practitioners do you think would be the best fit for me? So after hemming and hawing, finally they said, I think, I'm making this name up, I think that Sally Jane will be the best one for you. Great. When is Sally Jane's next opening? Well, it says here, Sally Jane has an opening Tuesday at 9. Great, I'll be there. Put me down for that. So I'm all excited. I go into the wellness center. I get there. I have an appointment with Sally Jane at 9. Oh, Sally Jane wasn't able to come in today. We have you over here with Susie Q. I was so irritated. I mean, I was so irritated. I was like, I called and I specifically asked for Sally Jane, right? How can she not? And I understand, right? People get sick, things happen. Of course they do. Just give me a call, right? And say, I know you had an appointment with Sally Jane. She's not able to come in today. Would you like the appointment with Susie Q, or would you like to wait to another date when Sally Jane can come in? Communicate clearly with your clients and your potential clients. Do what you say you're going to do. And the kicker is that, you know, the story I just told you about the hot stones, that was the replacement person, right? So I left there just feeling terrible about it. And I was in this town for like 4 weeks. I would have come back multiple times and told other people about it if they had done what they said that they were going to do. But they didn't. They did not create a safe container. I didn't feel comfortable, and that was it. So I've given you a lot to think about today with this whole piece of creating a safe container for your business. So think about it in your own practice. How can you take some of these things and really create a feeling of safety, a feeling of clear boundaries that, you know, people know what to expect. They feel safe with you. They know that you're going to do what you say you're going to do. And that is going to be wonderful for your practice moving forward. Okay, one last thing. I know how intimidating it can be to try to get new people into your practice, whether it's your first 20 clients or you've been around the block a time or two, it's not your first rodeo, and you need more clients in your practice. So I have created a guide that is called, appropriately enough, How to Get Your Next 20 Clients. And it's a freebie. I would love to share it with you. It's practical things, easy things that you can do. You can go to mindytotten.com/guide. There's also a link below the video here. And if you're interested in that, I think it'll be really, really helpful for you if that's where you are in your practice right now, needing to get new people in the door. Okay, that's it for now. I'll see you next time.